Hey, what's happening? I'm back. Let's get right into it. Those of you that are on the journey of the book read of the game with me, the book can be purchased on consciouspress.net, which is my website. Let's get right into it. We read the introduction, chapter 1 and 2. Let's cut into 3 now. As the sun had taken its place high above the city, the dope lines lengthened down along Remsen Avenue. But not just on Remsen. The inner workings of the game during this time of the morning are taking place all over the world. The dealers are out dropping drug packages off to their hustlers. Lookout men are out getting themselves in a position on rooftops, sitting in cars with scanners and two-way radios, standing out on corners, porches, and out among those long dope lines looking for suspicious characters, robbers, and the police. The whores are also coming in off the street corners this time of the morning in search of coffee, chewing gum, candy, and their fixes. The robbers are out on the streets due to all of this too. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. Fast money. And as with all rituals, the police have their positions to assume also. Patrolmen driving through these cities, narcotics cops working the fiends, rats in parentheses. Some narcotic cops in the form of fiends themselves. Some of them are actually out among the dope lines. Gotta watch the buying bus, undercover sales. Surveillance crews posting as cable men, telephone repair men, and shooting pictures of the inner workings of the game and all of its star players daily. Goldie had once shared with Smooth that one of the most beautiful things that he had ever seen was the inner workings of an entire city concerning the game from up high in a helicopter. He shared with Smooth about the inner workings of the game with hopes that it would inspire idealism, acquaint him with thought, create a vision, and reach him in regards to strategizing in his field of choice. Meanwhile, as sunlight began to creep through Kathy's bedroom window, she and Goldie lay there in the large bed. She watched him as he slept and ran her index finger from his forehead to his chin. He opened his eyes. She kissed him on the mouth and said, "Good morning." He said, "Hey, good morning, baby." "Goldie, I was just thinking, I could lay here forever. Baby, why don't we just put all of this behind us for a while and go away together? I love you and I don't want anything to happen to you." He leaned up onto his elbows in the large bed and returned her intense look and replied, "First off, nothing's gonna happen to me. Second off, I ain't got time for love. And baby, that shit sure don't pay no bills." She playfully ran a fingernail across his chest. "You can get a job." He sprung up into a sitting position on the bed. "A what? Have you lost your damn mind this morning? Listen up, because I'm only going to say this shit once. I chose this life because I know what to expect out of it. I mean, hey, what am I going to do after laying around here helping you starve to damn death? How long do you think that shit will last?" Kathy dropped her head. I just thought," he continued. "Damn it, don't think. Let me think, because every time you think, shit gets all fucked up." Kathy jumped out of the bed and ran into the bathroom. Goldie laid back down onto the large bed, listening to her sob. And all of a sudden, he got up out of the bed and slipped into his silk robe and his leather slippers and left the bedroom for the kitchen. He heard the bathroom door when it opened. Kathy peeped into the bedroom. No Goldie. She eased out into the kitchen where she found him sitting at the kitchen table looking through a magazine with coffee in hand. He acted as if he hadn't noticed her. She just stood there watching him, and after a few moments, without even looking up from his magazine, he held his hand out in her direction, and she eased over and slid her hand in his, and then he set her down to the kitchen table. He said, "Look, baby, don't think that I don't understand where you're coming from. And please have no doubt about me wanting the same things that you want. It's just not the time. Anyway, I have something cooking that should get us out of this rat race forever. And when it's over, you'll play a major part in my life forever." He asked, "Do you love me?" She mustered a slight smile and replied, "You know I do." He kissed her on the mouth. Then, "Do you trust me?" He continued, "Baby, go lay me out some clothes while I shower. I have a busy day today. Oh, and baby, it's business as usual. Whenever a worker calls you, I want you to call Teresa so she can drop off another setup. Make sure you call her, else she won't re-drop." Kathy looked at him disappointedly and asked, "Goldie, do I?" He interrupted her immediately. "Yes, you do have to work with Teresa, and don't look at me that way. Kathy, whatever happened to logical thinking? You're beginning to let your emotions override your better judgment, and I don't like it." Kathy got up from the kitchen table and left the room to lay Goldie some clothes out. She knew that it was a battle that she couldn't win. She also knew that Goldie was through talking. As she began to leave the kitchen, he stopped her and said, "Baby, before I forget, get that paper, money together for me." She replied, "Okay, Goldie." Now, Kathy often wondered what Goldie did with his money, but not as much as where it went after it left her hands. But she dare not ask. Goldie never let anyone know what he did with his money for that matter. Part of the money was deposited directly into a bank account. And there was also 3 safe deposit boxes and a little cash on hand at the hideout. Now, the way that the money went into the bank was rather simple. Goldie would use Play, Atlantic City. He would take his mother, or she would go down often. She would exchange the paper, money, for chips at a variety of different available table games. She would exchange a little here and a little there, and she would never get rated. So Atlantic City never knew whether she brought the money with her or won it while she was at the casino. And when she would return the chips to the casino, often instead of accepting cash, she would request a certified check from the casino. The money was justified in his mother being a retired real estate broker for the last several years and as owner of Prime Real Estate. She was also an active investor in the stock market. So now and then, a check would be deposited into an active bank account, taxed at the end of the year, but rather a small price to pay for clean paper to do with what you choose. There were also 3 safety deposit box keys, 2 of which his sisters held, 1 apiece, and the 2 boxes were a state away. The 3rd key Goldie kept, and he is the only one that knows the location of that particular box. That's chapter 3. Hey, I'll be back. We might do 4 shortly. I'm always looking forward to it. I love what we're doing. Take care of yourself. We'll talk soon. Peace.